So I know a lot of us are stuck at home right now, but do not worry, I got you. And I guarantee there's at least one show in this list that you have not even heard about, but trust me, you're gonna love me for telling you about it. So if you always want a new show to binge, keep on watching. Naheemah, your go-to channel for fashion and beauty here on YouTube. In today's video, I'm showing you guys 10 binge-worthy shows on Netflix that you can watch while you're at home. I know a lot of us are stuck at home right now, so I decided to compile a list of some of my favorite shows on Netflix that I feel like are super slept on and a lot of people don't really know a lot about. And since this is binge-worthy TV shows, I made sure that these shows have more than one season, because there's nothing that I hate more than a show that I'm falling in love with and I find out that there's only one season and the show has been discontinued. So I'm not gonna do that to you guys. These shows definitely have more than one season. So if that sounds like something that interests you, this is definitely the video for you. But before we go on to the video, be sure you are subscribed to my channel by clicking that subscription button down below, and go ahead and click that bell notification on so you're notified whenever I do upload on my channel. So now let's get into the binge-worthy Netflix shows. This is not going to be a list listing shows that we all know and love already. Like, I can't stand when videos continue to mention the same super popular shows. Like if you wanted to watch The Walking Dead, you've already watched it. If you wanted to watch Grey's Anatomy, trust me, you've watched it. Same thing with Breaking Bad, The Office, all those type of shows, we've watched those. So this is not going to be that video where we're talking about quote favorites. To show you guys a bunch of shows that you probably have never heard of before, but are definitely worth the watch. I made sure to include a variety of shows, so if you are someone who loves action, someone who loves drama, someone who likes anime, because your girl loves anime, and someone who likes documentaries, I have shows in here for you. So make sure you watch until the very end. And don't worry, there's going to be no spoilers in this video, of course. But the first show we're going to talk about is Money Heist. So some of you guys might have heard of Money Heist, but the vast majority of people I talk about Netflix shows with have not watched this show. I'm going to tell you this right now. Money Heist is where it's at. So Money Heist is basically a Spanish dub show, and I know you guys are probably like, what are you talking about? But basically the show is originally filmed in Spain. It's in Spanish, but they kind of voice over the show so that it's in English voices, so you do not have to watch it in subtitles. It's basically about a group of criminals who are going to rob this huge bank in Spain, and it's just about following along their journey and seeing if they succeed or if they fail. There's so many more layers to why they're doing what they're doing, and you get to really see like the behind the scenes of their thought process when making these decisions. And it's just a really interesting take on the heist trope that I know a lot of movies and shows have tackled, but I think this is personally one of the best adaptations of the heist theme in a TV show. It is so amazing. I'm telling you guys right now, you will not regret your decision to watch Money Heist. Give it a chance. It is so good. Okay, the next show is going to be The Crown. This show is probably not as underrated as some of the other shows on this list, but I'm telling you guys, if you haven't already watched Crown, you gotta watch Crown. Crown is basically based on the life of Queen Elizabeth II, so the reigning monarch that's in England right now. It's basically her life story, and we get to follow her life from when she was a little kid up until, you know, now. I believe they just wrapped up the 3rd season, and it's a really great historical drama. I've also heard that it's pretty accurate to what actually occurred in her life, so if you guys like historical accuracy, you're gonna love this show. So it's really cool to see the life story of someone who's still currently alive and seeing how their decisions back then have led to things that have happened now. And that's why I personally love a historical drama, historical fiction, any of that kind of stuff. The cinematography of this show is divine. I just love how it's filmed. Stick really well to the most important chunks of her life. You're not going to see a bunch of filler of irrelevant stuff. Everything they show is purposeful, and I could really appreciate that in a show because it feels like I'm not wasting any time watching the episodes. So you guys go ahead and check out The Crown. So the next show is something that I truly feel like people are sleeping on, but trust me, you guys are gonna love this show. It's so good, and it's called Dynasty. So a little bit of a backstory on this show and why I started watching it is because it stars Elizabeth Gillies, and if you guys are familiar with the show Victorious, you'll know that Liz Gillies actually played Jade on that show. So I've kind of been following, you know, the actors and actresses from that show because I loved it when I was a kid, and you know, just following their careers. And I've watched a lot of the shows that Liz Gillies has been on, and they've all been really good. So I wanted to check out Dynasty. You guys, I do not regret watching that show at all. It's supposed to be a drama, but I personally find it to be one of those shows that's kind of more of a dramedy, where they have like a lot of elements that are really funny with it, but you know, it's really dramatic, over the top, and it's just an overall really entertaining show. It's kind of one of those shows that you can really escape in and just, you know, enjoy it for exactly what it is. So a little bit of information on the show. It basically follows the life of the Carrington family, which is basically this really rich, you know, Fortune 500 company family, and they live in Atlanta. I've never been to Georgia, I've never been to Atlanta, but you guys, all the shows that are based there just always happen to be really good. There's a lot of drama, there's murder, there's passion, there's really funny parts, you guys. This family is a mess, but you're gonna kind of love them, hate them, root for them, want them to fall apart all at the same time, and you're really gonna love each one of these characters. And if you guys check out any of the shows in this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your opinions on them if you've already watched them. Okay, so the next show is a little bit of a cult favorite, but if you guys are living here in the States, you guys might not have checked it out. It is called Skins. I know if I have any British viewers, you guys are probably like, girl, Skins is where it's at, and you're definitely right. This show is amazing. It's a cult favorite British show, but like I said, I wonder if some of my American viewers have not seen it, so that's why I am mentioning it in this video. So Skins is basically going to be the show for you if you love teen drama shows. And this is not one of your regular teen dramas where it's just so unrealistic to what teens actually have to go through. This show is really raunchy, it's real, it's relatable, and it doesn't follow the typical teen tropes, and that's what I can really appreciate about this show. It's gonna be something where you're going to be like, oh my god, why are you making this decision? Like, oh my god, I made that mistake when I was a teenager as well, and stuff like that. I watched this show a long time ago, back when I was like, you know, an early teen, and it definitely opened my eyes to some of the experiences that could happen, you know, in high school. It's a show that I think everyone should personally watch. And it's something I think that everyone is going to really be entertained by. And I love that it feels like there's not like just one main character, which there is, but you really get to see into the side characters' lives as well. And you get to see why they all make the decisions that they do and what it comes together being like. It's basically like Degrassi meets Euphoria into this amazing British show. So if you guys like those two shows and you guys kind of want a combination with the cute British accent, Skins is going to be for you. Okay, so the next show is going to be for you anime lovers. And if you ever wondered, I love anime. So I definitely couldn't make this video without mentioning a good anime in here. I know a lot of the anime lovers have ragged on Netflix for not having a good catalog of anime selection, which is 100%. I personally definitely do recommend Hulu if you are more of an anime lover and you want one of the mainstream streaming channels. But if you have Netflix and you are browsing through Netflix and you want to find an anime, a good Netflix original anime series is actually called 7 Deadly Sins. And this was an anime that I originally thought I wasn't going to like that much, but I'm so glad that I decided to click on the show and give it a chance, because it is really good fantasy anime. So basically it follows a princess who's basically trying to save her kingdom, save her family, and in order to do that she needs to find each one of the 7 deadly sins, who are, you know, actual people, actual knights. So she has to basically find each one of the 7 deadly sins, and we basically get to follow along her journey while she does that. It has your fan service, it has your action, but it really does have a good storyline, a good plot, and I just love watching each one of the characters. I love their powers as well. There's definitely something in 7 Deadly Sins that is for any anime lover, so I definitely recommend watching 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, so the next show is actually a show that I just finished watching a week ago. It's actually the show that sparked this video. It's going to be the show for anybody who loves a docu-series, and this show is of course Last Chance U. It follows the lives of students in community college football. Basically the college that they attend, it's basically their last chance to make it into the D1 football programs at, you know, prestigious college, so that they would eventually be able to make it to the NFL. And even though I'm not a big fan of football personally, I will definitely say there's something about a football TV show, football movies that are so like just inspiring, and you end up really rooting for the team that you're following. And this is exactly what ended up happening with me in this show. And you guys, the cinematography of this documentary is beautiful. The storylines that they make through these students' lives is genius, and it really makes you sympathize with all the stories of these different students. It takes you through all the emotions. But I will say, if you guys have watched the docu-series Cheer, it is created by the same people who made Cheer. If you haven't watched Cheer either, I recommend Cheer, but Last Chance U, 100% great docu-series. The next show is called Terrace House. So this is going to be the show if you guys like reality TV shows. The show was actually something that my sister put me on to because she really loves this show, and I had always been a little bit skeptical about it, but I am glad that I gave it a chance. If you guys are familiar with the reality TV show Big Brother, this is very similar to this. Based out of Japan. We've put these different young adults into a house called the Terrace House, and they're basically just living their life. This is very similar to the real world, very similar to Big Brother, but it's not like they're necessarily getting eliminated or anything. They're just all living in this house, and we get to see their dynamics, how they interact with each other, and all that kind of stuff. It's really real, and it's cool to see a different culture. If you guys check this one out, I would really love to know which ones of the seasons are your favorite. Who do you really like? Do you guys like the format of this show? I would love to know all that information. But Terrace House is definitely a great reality show to watch. Many seasons, you're gonna love it. Okay, so the next show is another one of my British TV shows, and you guys, British shows just always seem to be where it's at. And if you're a fan of Doctor Who, you're gonna love this show as well because it features a lot of the same actors that are in Doctor Who, and there's something about these British actors, like these folks can really act. This show is of course Broadchurch. You guys, I slept on Broadchurch for the longest time, but I'm so happy I finally made the decision to watch it. And I did actually complete this series a few years ago, but you guys, I'm thinking about rewatching it right now because this is definitely gonna be the show if you love detective crime kind of shows, murder unsolved kind of theme category. You're gonna love this show. So it basically follows the story of trying to find out who murdered a little boy in a town. So you're basically going to do a deep dive into each one of the, you know, the neighborhood, the towns, you know, people. And I'm just telling you guys this right now, it is shocking. It is shocking, absolutely shocking. And you get to follow the life of this detective who is so amazingly played by David Tennant, you guys. The Doctor. If you guys are Doctor Who fans, you'll know he played the 10th Doctor. Gotta love him. He is such a phenomenal actor, and he kills this role. So you basically get to follow him trying to investigate who murdered this little boy in this town called Broadchurch. Give this show a shot, and I'm telling you guys, you will not be disappointed. Definitely couldn't not mention a good comedy series for you guys to, you know, fall in love with. I am going to talk about Santa Clarita Diet. It is hilarious. I'm so regretting not watching the show sooner. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny, you guys. Basically following, you know, Drew Barrymore's character and her family, and I'm gonna try not to ruin it, but basically it's something very interesting happens to her, and she basically ends up turning into a zombie, and she ends up eating human people, and that is the Santa Clarita Diet. You get it? And it's based out of Santa Clarita, California. Follows Drew Barrymore and her family and her new diet that she has to adjust to in the suburban little town. And it is so funny, you guys. Their neighbors are hilarious. People in the town are so funny. And you just have to navigate this like little cute family trying to figure out this like huge thing that just happened to them, and it's hilarious. You guys gotta check it out. Oh wow, you guys, I think we're ready to number 10. So last but not least, number 10 is Reign. And this is spelled R-E-I-G-N. This one is a historical drama, but it is more on the fictional side. So it basically follows the life of Mary Stuart, who is Mary, Queen of Scots. and you know, her life while she lived in France when she was a teenager. And you basically get to see her become a woman, see her grow up into her role of being a queen of Scotland, and all the trials and tribulations that she ends up going through. It's super dramatic. It's really, really interesting to see a deep dive. It's not necessarily 100% historically accurate, but it's a really cool adaptation. It's a little bit of fiction in there, but it's historical. Find out who she gets to align herself with, find out who are her enemies. A bunch of people are trying to kill her. It's really, really interesting following the life of this young, you know, queen, and seeing how she grows into her role. It's actually a series that I'm currently still watching, but I'm really, really enjoying the show, so I know you guys are probably going to enjoy it as well. So yeah, you guys, that is my list of 10 binge-worthy shows on Netflix that you guys can watch from home. I would love to know if you guys have watched any of the series that I've talked about in this video, or if you are planning on checking them out after watching this video. And if you guys really love this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would love to bring you guys more show recommendations. I got Hulu recommendations on lock. I got Disney Plus recommendations on lock. And if you guys are fellow anime fans, you know I got the anime recommendations on lock as well. You guys, I had a lot of fun filming this video, and as always, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Click that subscription button down below, and while you're down there, you might as well go ahead and click that bell notification on so you're notified whenever I do upload. Be sure to share this with a friend who is also stuck at home right now, and a lot of us are stuck at home, so you guys better be sharing this with all your friends. As always, see you guys next time. Now stay tuned for the bloopers and the dive back, like do a throwback to, you know, I'm a little bit here on like, you know, I'm the queen out here and I'm reigning the monarchy.